Friends, welcome to the new boss guide. Today we are going up against the Fallen Archbishop Andreus. And yes, friends, this guy is really nasty because he's almost unpredictable. His attacks are really strange. I actually have real trouble with this boss, even though I found the ones before him pretty easy, but this one is just unpredictable somehow. This boss is really strange and, in my opinion, one of the worst bosses so far. He killed me countless times, because of course I wanted to figure out how to beat him effectively. And what's really important here is fire. Fire actually gives you a real advantage. He's quite vulnerable to fire, so make sure to bring a fire grindstone so you can imbue your weapon with fire. You can also use turpentine or similar items on him. Anything that spreads fire really does brutal damage to him. But I have to say, in the end, it was actually the first time I really had to use a phantom or spirit to take down this boss. I actually never use them. I generally always make an effort to take down every boss solo, but with this guy I eventually thought, hey, whatever, screw it. I'm gonna summon a spirit now and see if you can even manage to beat him that way. He's just so unpredictably weird that I thought, alright, this time I'll bring in a spirit. And that's exactly what we're going to do now. So we start here from the Stargazer and go through the chapel's library, then head right here to reach the boss. You can see my ergo is already lying there, and you can also tell by the many star fragments I still have over 30 at the moment, that I've actually never used a spirit before, but now we're going to do it. We're using a spirit here to make things a bit easier for ourselves, so we don't have to spend hours memorizing its attacks. At the beginning I attack from a distance with my Legion weapon and try to lure him toward me a bit, then I set my sword on fire because that way we can deal a good amount of damage, and I try to hit him as much as possible while he's focused on the spirit. It's best to always attack from the side here, not directly from behind, because from behind he has armor and you can see the fire really takes a good chunk out of him. We're already at almost 4000 damage here, and because he's so incredibly big and awkward to deal with, in my opinion it's actually pretty difficult to dodge his attacks successfully. But don't hesitate to back off a bit if you need to, and try to keep some distance between you and him just to be safe. Above all, use your power strike as soon as he is stunned. That way we can target that spot, land our power strike and deal a good amount of extra damage. The first phase of the fight should be relatively straightforward and simple, and after completing it you should have about 4 potions left, so everything should work out just fine. Then comes the second phase, unexpected and challenging second phase on. The strategy is actually pretty much the same as before. You just need to keep trying to get to his leg. Don't try to fight the boss head on, just roll past him whenever possible and keep hitting his leg whenever you get the chance. Take your time, stay patient, and remember, persistence is key. Of course, use your combos while doing this, and if you do it well, the spirit won't take much damage either. If you do this well in the first round, he really has enough energy to survive the second round as well, or at least to endure the whole thing, so keep trying to get to his leg and deal damage accordingly. And yes, that's basically the entire strategy I used there. So there's really nothing spectacular I can tell you about this boss, because he personally really annoyed me, and I even had to use a spirit myself here, which actually goes against my own rules. But yes, when he goes up, be careful. He come back down to the ground immediately, right away. Then of course you can start to deal some damage, but try especially while the spirit is still there to land as many successful hits as possible on the side by his leg, so that we can either stun him or just take him out completely. As I said, unfortunately I can't really tell you much about the tactics for this boss, because he's just so strange and so huge that you can barely even see what he's doing on the screen. So a really weird enemy. So far I found him to be the absolute worst of all. By far the worst boss in my opinion, but yeah, maybe we'll run into even nastier enemies, but This one was already really awful just because he's so big and we can't see his attacks coming. If you do everything right, you'll have defeated the boss. I definitely wish you lots of success with that. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And definitely check out the channel as well. There you'll find the complete walkthrough for every chapter, with all collectibles and all quests, so you won't miss anything in each chapter. Alright friends, take care, have fun with the game and see you next time.